And we are live. Good evening and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to episode, I want to say 9 of the Master Reseller. It might be 9, it might be 8. Episode something anyway. Tonight's reseller, as you can see, is Boxy McBoxface. So welcome to Boxy McBox. I can't say that. Welcome to Boxy McBoxface. That's quite difficult, actually. Don't lose your box there. And I'm going to say a few quick hellos in the chat. So I've got Kath Palmer. She's been with us since 6:30, bless her, but then she is a little bit of a captive audience at the moment. She cannot escape because she's in plaster from hip to toe, so she's here whether she likes it or not. Mike Dando, nice to see you. Mike K. Gilson, Deb Hughes, Jason Entwistle, Joan, Laura Eccleston, Siebel, Dowell the Sweat Mopper, James Martin, Gashead 64 Steve, Sarah Reese Sells, Double Karma, Lainey Ray. Lex says, it's not me, it's not you, Lex. Surprise, surprise. Blah blah blah. Chris Tyler, Sam reselling Polly, Caroline Mrs. M. Lex says she promises definitely not her. Hold on, she's got to go. She's got to run and get her disguise on. Rebecca Turner. Sell it bang, who says, is it Professor Lex at the Jumble Kale with the candlestick? Welsh Wonder Nia. Aid Waldron, who says, just in time. Hello everyone. Hi Aid. I think you arrived just as we were leaving last week, so you've done a better job this week, mate. Oh, hang on, it's scrolled off again. I do wish the chat wouldn't do that. I'm just gradually working my way down. Kath says, has it started yet, or is it me? We were a little bit late. Sorry about that, Kath. We're here now. Joan Morris, Laurel D, Saz Guest, Chris B, Helen C, all these initials. Joanne Sturt, and the chat's just shot off again. Catherine McConnell. Double Karma guesses Andrew. No guesses. You know how it works. You can't start guessing until questions have been asked. Claire Riley. Claire count 1. Daisy May. Leon Death by Glamour. The questions are coming out. We'll come back to the questions. Claire Borden. Claire count 2. Lady Lolly. Stu Mandry. Andrea. Peter Ray. And I think I've got to the bottom. Daisy May. Okay, so we've got a couple of questions coming in. So Lex says, question, are you orange? Are you orange, Master Reseller? No, the Master Reseller is not orange. Sam would like to know, are you a lady? Are you a lady? No, not a lady. Okay. Bad Wolf says, hello, Carlo and Boxy. So Daisy May says, are you male? Now, it is 2020, so just because you're not a lady doesn't mean either or. Yes, okay, you do identify as a male person, okay. Sam says, question, do you live in the north of the UK? That's because every time somebody says, do you live in the north, I point out that everywhere's north of somewhere. No, not the north, okay. We've got a southerner amongst us. Claire Borden saying, hi, Claire. Sarah says, question, do you go to jumble sales? Don't we all? But okay. I mean, having said that, don't we all? I can never bloody find one. Yes, okay, jumble sale lover. Joanne Stewart says, are you married? Yes, married. Stu Mandry says, it's not me, is it? Are you Stu Mandry? No, it's not you, Stu. You're right. Flippin' Pains, hi, Flippin' Pains. Sazguest says, do you have a beard? That's yes, no, yes. Is that sometimes? No beard. Okay. Charlotte says hello, and Leon says, are you a potato? Are you a potato? No, not a potato. Joan says, question, are you in Australia? Australia. She didn't say it like that. It was just me. No, not in Australia. Daisy May says, are you in Wales? We're getting very geographical already tonight. No, not in Wales. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Georgina Jill. Chris Tyler says, are you a music expert? As in playing it, Chris? I mean, where are we? What, you know, I don't think I've got, I can't think of any musicians. Literally, mind went blank. Maybe a music expert. So, Dallas says, question, do you sell jewelry? No. Lex says, question. Oh, and a little yes coming up there. So maybe sometimes. Lex says, question, are you as mad as a box of frogs? Again, maybe. Depends on the point of view, I guess. Joanne Stewart says, is your wife also a reseller? Oh, Boxy McBoxface is losing the box. Okay, is your wife also a reseller? Yes, okay. Daisy May says, are you in Bristol? Imagine if you were just in the next room. No, not in Bristol. Double Karma says, do you live in Wales? But I think we've done Wales already. I think the answer to Wales was no. Joan says, do you wear glasses? Yes. Aid says, do you like onions? I'm not quite sure where the onion thing comes in. Yes, okay, fine with onions. Rebecca Turner says, "Do you have daughters?" Yes, 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 no, no, yes. Just yes, okay. Fandria's in. Evening, Fandria. That's a yes with a no creeping up behind. Have you killed your daughters? No, no, no dead daughters. Okay. Um, Peter May says, "Do you live in Surrey?" The box is going. Okay. Do you live in Surrey? No, not in Surrey. Leanne says, "Are you a pro streamer?" I'm not sure what a pro streamer is. Is that someone who gets paid to stream? Is that what that is? Okay, not a pro streamer. Kath Palmer says, "Are you in Cornwall?" No. And Sarah Resell says, "Question: Do you sometimes bump into other resellers at jumble sales?" Yes. Okay. Sam says, "Are you in the UK?" Okay. Yes. And Joan says, "Are you part of a duo?" Hi, Kazzy Carl. Yeah, you are part of a duo. Okay, it's scrolled off again. Let's go back up. Sorry, I've lost it. It's shot down to the bottom. Where we're part of a duo. Okay. Sam says, "Are you car boot Chris?" No. Okay. Flippin' Pain says, "Do you have a quiz channel?" Yes. Okay. Granny Kate, that's a new name, says, "Are you a Lego lover?" Yes. Indie Chick says, "Do you have twin boys?" Lex says, "Question: Are you Linda?" But I don't know who Linda is. Nia says, "Do you have a new dachshund?" Okay. Catherine McConnell says, "Is it Nick?" It is. It's Nick. There we go. Don't know why I sound surprised. I knew it was Nick. Don't forget to unmute, Nick.
Oh, is that working?
Jason was coming in with how I met you at a car boot sale. I think you have met Jason at some point, haven't you?
Jason, I don't think so.
Maybe he thought you were somebody else then. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, as we scroll down, yeah, people were definitely getting you. It's just that I couldn't ask the questions as fast as they were coming in. So
I am a hot mess now. I'm going to try and
Oh, Georgina thought you were Karen. Nia thought it might be George Ross. Chris says you are a music expert then.
Yeah, I didn't know if you meant like playing it. I mean, I know a little bit about music, but
yeah, I was trying to be deliberately misleading to not make them guess you too quick.
Yeah, I was kind of half and half on that. I wasn't sure about the question. That's better.
Yeah, definitely further down, people were going, "Do you like Depeche Mode? Do you like selling cubes?" So yeah, I think, like I said, to be fair, I think Catherine got it first, but plenty of other people were coming in with it afterwards. So, hello, Nick.
Hi, how are you?
Chanel.
Hey,
I said, "Welcome to my Chanel."
Your Chanel. Oh, very posh. Yeah, like it.
How are you doing? Intelligent Zombie says, "Oh no, I'm late." Is it Nick?
Yes.
Yes, it is Nick. It is.
Otherwise known as Boxy McBoxface.
That's hard to say, Boxy McBoxface.
Right, I heard you struggling. my head kept wanting to fall off. It was tricky. It's too wide for my head.
That was why Lex said, "Is it Linda?" Because the box says Linda, and I didn't realise that.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
So, for anyone who doesn't know who Nick is, I don't know why you're here. I don't know why you're on my channel if you don't know who Nick Hills is, because obviously, king of reselling in the UK, Nick Hills.
Nah.
Lord Nick of reselling.
Don't. Yes, as I think my thing on Instagram says, I'm a bloke who sells stuff on the internet and talks about it on YouTube. That sums it up, really.
That is about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is about it. It works all right, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, it works for me.
Yeah, it works all right. Yeah, it goes okay. Have you had a cracking day today in the world of reselling?
Well, you know, because I discussed it in frank terms before we went live. No.
Very frank.
I've been on eBay chat trying to sort out an eBay problem, and they were unhelpful and then just cut me off. Had a lot of customers, things not arriving. It's not their fault, but then it's not our fault, and we've had to close 3 item not received cases that we know are in the system. So that's Royal Mail's issue, not ours. But again, we've just lost the money. It's just one of those days, you know, and they all kind of build up and all come at once.
Yeah.
But yes, fine, really. Just had a couple of nice sales, so it's cheered me up a little bit.
It's when you get a day that makes you think I'm just going to go and get a job. That's when you know that it's been a really bad day. When you think I could just get a job, an actual job.
Yeah, and I said before, I think a lot of people think, you know, I've got this made, and it's always a you know, lovely and roses and wonderful. It really isn't. It's hard work.
Roller coaster when you've been doing it a long time, as it is when you're new. It's the thing is with eBay is the roller coaster never gets to the point where unless you're a Shazad, who it never gets to the point where it's always good ever. You know, it's always.
And I'll bet if you're doing volume in that scale, that brings a whole raft of other problems.
Oh yeah, you've got employees then and pensions and God knows what other. You know, the idea of having an employee and having to pay the stuff that goes with that and make sure you're doing that right, and the insurances and the everything, the health and safety alone, you know. Oh,
for sure. And when we really pushed our gaming shop that we had for nearly 10 years, and we expanded that to a big unit and had massive turnover and staff and stuff, the problems just got bigger, you know, and the stress just got more.
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy with how it is, with the ups and downs and the days when you wonder what on earth you're doing. But
yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for being a one-man band. Lex has a question. She'd like to know if you sell eclectic electrics.
Yes.
Would you describe the range of items you sell as eclectic at all? Is that a word you would employ?
Yes. Well, as you know, because Andrew and I shared it, we've had a couple of lovely viewers who have messaged us because they've gone to our store and they've seen the little description in our store says we sell an eclectic mix of items. And people have kindly messaged us on eBay and said, I think you mean electric items. Right? No, eclectic.
Remember what we said, honest.
So Andrew has now changed it, but I think people will still be confused.
Yeah.
Because we do sell electrical items. That's not what we were trying to describe our store as. It was an eclectic mix. And we managed to confuse lots of people. So sorry about that.
Well, I think that's if you can confuse people, it keeps you interesting, doesn't it? Imagine if people were never confused.
Yeah.
I think people are frequently confused by me. What the hell I'm doing here? Why I think this is worthwhile.
I manage to confuse people when I'm thinking I'm being really straightforward and obvious. That gets me. People get very confused about some of the things I say or do, and it's like, really? I thought that was normal.
My worst thing is putting things in writing and not using emojis or whatever, and assuming that people will be able to hear my tone of voice. That's one of my worst things. One of my worst things.
Yeah, Facebook is full of that.
Yeah.
People going off on one. It's like, oh, sorry. Yeah, should I put a massive, grinny, smiley, happy face at the end?
C. Reeves wants to know if you've had a haircut.
I had a beard cut today, but I do need a haircut. It's starting to get messy.
Well, I hope you own clippers because trying to get some is absolutely impossible.
Yeah.
Anybody out there, by the way, has got any hair clippers in their shop, please let me know. I bought some on eBay and I have been stung by a dropshipper who, and now I check his feedback. He's now made his feedback hidden, but he's got more negative feedback this month than he's got positive. So I should have read that before I purchased, shouldn't I?
How do you hide feedback?
I don't know, but he's obviously had to because it's so fucking terrible.
The whole point of feedback is it's visible for the buyer.
This member has chosen to make their feedback private. So you can't hide the numbers. So I can see that his feedback is appalling, but you can't read any of the comments.
Oh, you can see the numbers. Okay, well, that's something then, because otherwise there's no point in feedback.
Well, I do wish I checked it before ordering and given him my £18.80 because I was going to have to fight to get that back now. Hooray!
Fun time.
And I can't get any clippers anywhere, and Anthony's starting to look like a Yeti. So, yeah, I refer to you as the king of reselling. Intelligent Zombie says, also known as Nick, that guy we watched, and that's why we got into reselling. And Cass says you were one of the first UK resellers on YouTube. You were certainly around long before I was, long time before I was.
Well, how I remember it, there was Tom. And, excuse me, I'm still boiling up from being in a box. Yeah, there was only really Tom doing reselling related stuff. And then me and Tom bouncing around, and then Zahir kind of joined in, and Joe, who I'm not sure is making videos anymore.
Joe is reselling for pennies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know, a year or two in, it just kind of went,
yeah,
and really took. Of course, it was Caroline from very early days as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a different landscape
and,
now.
Brain's gone fart. Postcards, huge number of postcards. Brain fart.
Ken.
Ken.
Yeah.
Ken. Yeah.
Yeah. Ken was about early days.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh yes, please.
What we getting?
Drink of water. When I'm chatting, normally at some point I get a dry throat and then I inhale some dust and just
and then that's it. Game over.
Yeah, and everyone thinks I'm dying of the virus, which isn't the case.
Yeah, for God's sake, don't cough in public at the moment.
And if I ever think that, like I had to queue to drop off my parcels today, if I ever think, oh, don't cough because I can feel one coming, I've nothing I can do. I cough.
No, absolutely. It makes it worse. It's definitely a subconscious thing. That.
Oh, it's psychosomatic with me.
Yeah, that's the word I wanted. Yeah.
Yes, totally is.
Craig in Monaco says he's refunded a buyer on a £55 item not received case to now find 2 days later it's been delivered. What will you do? Currently waiting on the eBay online chat. I don't know.
We've refunded another one today. I think it's 3 in the last few days that we just know are going to get there. They're in the system, but because they opened a item not received thing, and then you have X amount of days to do something, and when it gets into that, they're going to get their refund regardless. So yeah,
you may find, Craig, that if you get through to a sensible person at eBay, you may find that what happens is eBay end up refunding you back. I don't think that's unheard of, but I wouldn't hold my breath. I mean, you might find you've got an honest buyer who now wants to pay you. I have had that in the past where I've issued a refund and then the buyer's come back to me and said, the parcel has just arrived. I will pay you for it again. Now let me know your PayPal address. So it's not unheard of.
Yeah.
Not unheard of.
There are some stunningly honest and generous people out there, and we tend to get very cynical doing this because we remember, and it feels like we get, well, the bad ones are the ones we have to deal with and jump through all the hoops for, and it feels like we get more than we actually do. But yeah, there are some lovely people out there, and we've dealt with some amazing people who have gone that extra mile to help us out when things have gone wrong, as they do quite regularly.
Yeah. Oh, just a reminder to anyone who doesn't know, Peter Ray is doing his live stream at 8:30, as he always does on a Wednesday. But tonight it's his pre-birthday party because it's his birthday. I want to say the 3rd. Peter, I'm sure you'll correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say the 3rd of May, which is Sunday. So tonight he's having his pre-birthday party. So do go on over there at 8:30 and join in with Peter's fun. I'll be eating my cottage pie then, Peter, and ringing me mother, but I'll be with you in spirit. Yeah, Daisy May saying you could send to the Monoculture. You could send a PayPal invoice and a polite message. You never know; it might be. Like I said, they might be honest. So lots of people are. So, okay, my chat scrolled off. Now, I know you've watched these before, Nick, so you know that I've got my very, very serious list of questions that I ask.
Oh yes, I should have been clever and reminded myself what they were and prepared answers, shouldn't I?
Well, one of the first ones that I always ask is if you and I were stuck on a desert island together, and I need you to imagine it is literally a cartoon desert island with just one palm tree and it's got no coconuts. You know, there's no chance of you finding any other food or foraging, or you can't even make a fishing rod. You've got nothing to make a fishing rod out of. How long before you eat me?
It's a very good question. The thing is, I think if I went near you with the intent to kill you and eat you, you'd just snap me like a twig. I've seen you arm wrestle Steve. I've seen you arm wrestling Steve, and there's nothing of me. You just say, whatever, mate. Bush.
No, I reckon you're wiry. I reckon you're one of those blokes who makes out, and then you're like SAS survivalist.
No, I'm a twig.
Okay.
If you were still alive enough to fight me off, you'd just fight me off. I don't think
you're not going to make a meal for me, are you? If you're a twig.
No, but the point is, I'd have to get to you and kill you to eat you, and I don't think I'll be capable because you pack a mean punch.
Well, maybe if I kill you, I can use you as a fishing rod.
Yeah, eat me first, and then use my. I've got very long, thin bones for sure. Yeah. So I think we've agreed you'd eat me. Yeah,
lovely. Okay, I'm glad we sorted that out. That's always useful. Okay, So, oh, Georgina's going to use Peter's birthday as an excuse to drink for the rest of the week. Nice plan, Georgina.
Oh, is that an excuse for me to pop out and get beers? Oh,
Apparently so. Yeah, there's no popping out. You know that. You've got to pop out. You can go out for milk, and while you're there, you can get beers, but you can't pop out for beers.
right. Maybe I need milk.
Rowan says, "Hi, mystery reseller. You are a mystery to me as I arrived late." Now, Rowan, I don't know if Rowan resells. Rowan is a sub from over the pond. I know where she lives, and I've forgotten. I want to say Florida, and it probably isn't. So I don't know whether she resells. In which case, she may never have come across the other resellers' channels as such. I don't know how she came to my channel. Really, I don't know how she found me. But just bad luck, I expect. These things strike us, don't they? But yeah, so this is Nick Hills, and he is international reselling god. And this is Nick Hills, who was one of the first resellers, first UK resellers on YouTube about 14 million years ago, and has the largest UK reselling YouTube channel as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, most of that is correct. Yeah, I mean, size-wise, yeah, that's quite mad how big it's grown.
What are you on now?
In 45,000, I think. So yeah, that's quite mad. But it's been 6 years. It'll be this summer. So it's taken us quite a while to claw our way up there, and it's interesting because you might find this.
Made it go mental, wasn't it? The sticky tape video, and it suddenly all went crazy.
It went nuts last year with that, and then again this year with the eBay return case one, which bought another like 5,000 subs in a couple of weeks, which was bonkers. But yeah, I mean, you'll find this as well, though. We had lots and lots of subs, but not in comparison massive amounts of views most of the time, because there's such a big turnover of resellers in this community. People come in and enjoy it and binge watch, and then they move on to something else.
Yeah, and they don't necessarily tidy up their subscription feed at the same time. Yeah. So
I think we have 4 or 5 active subscribers.
4 or 5?
No, 1,000. 4 or 5. Yeah.
4 or 5. So that's me, Lex and Karen and Kelly, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, every video we put out gets at least 5 views. It's brilliant. Yeah, I think I'm on 2.8k, so I'm obviously a teeny tiny channel, teeny tiny channel, and of my 2.8k subs, each video gets about 1,000 views. So if you assume that a third of your subscriptors, that's a new word.
You made that up.
English with colour. I did make it up. If you assume that a third, I've lost what I was saying as well. Maths and English with colour. If you assume that a third of your subscribers actually view, you would expect with 45k subs to be getting about 15k views. Do you think that's about right?
Videos that are popular now get quite comfortably to 10,000, but ones that don't get that far, kind of, some just peak at 2,000 to 5,000. Depends on the content. Depends on what we put.
They don't like the ones with you in, do they? I think they like Andrea best. I mean, we've certainly had feedback recently that some people only watch the ones with Andrea in.
Oh, that happens. Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's people out there who just dislike the ones that don't have Andrea in. Come on, Andrea, make some videos.
Yeah, Andrea, if you could just pop into shot in a minute, this video will probably increase in views. That'd be great. Cheers.
Yeah, but, I mean, sourcing videos, I think if we make a video where we go to a boot sale, that'll get like 15,000-20,000 views. If we do something more specific or about some mechanics within eBay, how to do something, like sometimes people just gloss over them, not interested. So it's the sourcing ones, it's the what I've been up to during the day ones that are really popular. Picking orders videos have become really popular. Yeah, and the occasional one goes bonkers beyond the channel, and that's when it gets exciting. Yeah.
So are you now making 11 million? Oh, I've got a live ka-ching. 11 million pounds per video. Is that how it's working?
Yes.
Excellent. I have sold a £9.99 something. It's gone. I can't even work my own phone. It's a Bowden dress. £9.99. The bottom has popped out of Bowden. The bottom has dropped out of my Bowden dress.
Wow. You might get a return on that then.
Still, a live ka-ching is a live ka-ching, and we will not grumble about that.
Yes.
He today says he's a long-term sub of yours. He started watching you in summer of 2016.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I've been watching you about 5 years.
Oh wow. So that, yeah.
I think about 5, coming up 5, probably 5 years this summer. Yeah.
Yeah. On the question that comes up more and more these days as the channel gets bigger, and it's more kind of in the general consciousness that we can make money off YouTube. It has become more of a significant part of our business, and we do give YouTube more focus than we used to because it's worth our time more now. But I am a long way off earning a living on YouTube. And our channel is it's all relative. Obviously, our channel is tiny compared to some, but relatively in our community, it's quite large. But even our channel, you would struggle to, you know, earn a living off it.
PewDiePie's not shaking in his shoes just yet, is he?
No. And I can't even keep up with where he's at. How many? 40 million?
I actually have no idea. I know there was a bit of a contest going between him and somebody else, wasn't there?
He's probably like way beyond that now. I dip in and out of his channel. It's probably like 100 million. Oh no, what's that?
104.1 million according to Wikipedia.
There you go.
104.1 million. I don't know what the population of the world is, but I do know that the population of the UK is 66 million. So that's almost double the UK population are all subscribed to PewDiePie.
It's amazing. It really is. And I like the guy and I like his content. It's an acquired taste, but it is just amazing what he's achieved. It really is.
It's when you look at the ages of them. I tuned in accidentally to a live the other night, which was Mr. Beast. Now, I've never heard of Mr. Beast because I'm plainly not his demographic. If you have heard of him, he's like 21 years old. He's a young guy. He does a lot like that. They were doing a rock, paper, scissors tournament with all the big YouTubers to raise money for coronavirus relief in the States. And they raised more than £1 million during this rock, paper, scissors tournament, which was fantastic. I'd never heard of Mr. Beast because I'm not his demographic and he's not producing the kind of content that I would normally watch, although I did watch this thing. And I'm like, the guy, and then at some point he said, and I'm 21, and I was like, what the actual Jeffrey? How are you 21 and you've and you're this massive success at what you do, and I'm 46 and I'm still getting my item has been broken in transit. I can't even do that right, you know. I can't even pack parcels. YouTube is such a weird thing, isn't it? Such a weird phenomenon.
It's a weird and wonderful thing in equal measures. I know of that Mr. Beast guy because I saw a video of his once, and he may do a lot of other stuff, but he does videos where he gives away a lot of money. Yeah. Like he'll find a homeless guy and go, here's 10 grand, and just see the reaction. Yeah. And it's that simple, I think, his concept, and it works, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, I had a quick look at. I looked him up afterwards because I was like, okay, well, you know, who am I watching? I quite often do that. I drive my friends mad because if I want to know something, I'll pick my phone up and find out immediately. And people are like, oh God, I was like, I want to know when I have the information at my fingertips. So why wouldn't I look? So I sit there watching telly and looking things up while I'm doing it. And I was just like, yeah, he started off with a few sponsored videos so that he had the sponsorship money to be able to go out and give away, and it just grows from there. And. Shiv says, Mr. Beast, what were you searching? I wasn't searching anything, Shiv. It just came on after something else I was watching.
Yes, the internet provides you with some interesting recommendations, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? So yeah, I just think YouTube is a weird and wonderful thing. I mean, I earn peanuts, absolute peanuts, you know. And this month I'm earning half a peanut because, of course, all the ad revenue has dropped. But I do it because I do enjoy it. I enjoy interacting with people, and I think because reselling is a very solitary job, it's incredible to be able to. And I would say that my best friends, most of my and the people who've got me through this, have been people I've met because I did YouTube, not because I sell on eBay, because I wouldn't have met them just by selling on eBay. So
absolutely, yeah, and YouTube has been great for providing us with a network of people who understand the weird and wonderful world that we inhabit of selling stuff on the internet. So yeah, we would miss it so much. And I think going back to what you just said, that you love it, I don't think you can be as consistent as you are on YouTube or we are without loving the process, because it is a lot of work, and it's like Groundhog Day sometimes doing YouTube and producing videos and stuff. But because I get a big kick out of it, it's not, it's not a chore. And I have to watch that it doesn't become a chore, because I think people would realize if YouTube becomes a chore, I think it would show in the videos. So we try and keep it fresh. But we get a lot of people asking for exactly the same content over and over again, which can get mind-numbing for us sometimes. So you have to try and keep it fresh, but it's not easy.
That's it. I mean, I've asked on my waffle last week, should I stop doing this? Because I think I'm boring people, because I feel like I'm picking up my camera every day and going, nothing's happened, nothing to say. And but I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but I've had a huge amount of feedback saying, no, keep doing it. So okay then, as long as you're sure, that's fine. But I don't want to bore people, and I'm worried that I might be.
It doesn't surprise me, because people get invested in you.
Yeah.
And it almost doesn't matter what you're doing; they just want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Fandria. So I said that I always edit out the farts and the bum scratches, but she says that's the bit she likes best. So I'm going to leave them all in from now on.
Yes.
Lex got a question, an actual question. She says, question, Depeche Mode, Lego, and eBay. Only one can continue to exist. Which one do you choose? Depeche Mode, Lego, and eBay.
Well, that's not fair, is it? I mean,
I think it's meant to be not fair. I think that was where she was going with that.
Well, I kind of rely on eBay to eat. So you're making me do without Depeche Mode and Lego is basically what that question is, because I'd struggle to keep things ticking along without eBay.
You can go without Lego fairly easily, can't you?
Yeah, but that question is, as it is, I've got to get rid of Lego regardless, because I kind of need eBay. I mean, I could do something else. Could go and get a job just to keep Depeche Mode, and but I think it'd have to be eBay.
That's quite dedicated. You'd keep work over Depeche Mode.
Yeah, because I like to eat and be alive.
And without meaning to sound really flippant, there's other music, isn't there? If she'd said music or eBay, that's a different thing, isn't it?
Oh, see, that's not. Stop with the unfair questions.
Music will cease to exist,
Yeah, sorry, eBay can go. I'll just get.
I don't think I can. I mean, I'm not what you would call a massive music fan. I enjoy many types of music, but even without saying I'm not a massive, not like music is not my. When you say music is not my thing, I don't mean it in a kind of, I don't like music, but I mean, for you, music is your thing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not my thing. Dogs are my thing. Literally, I would annihilate everything on the planet if it meant I could save dogs.
Yes. Music is my passion. It's one of my major passions in life. And I understand that a lot of people like music. Everyone likes music. But you wouldn't say cut me in half and it says music.
But even without saying that music, even with saying that music isn't my passion, I still can't imagine a world without any.
No.
A world where you don't whistle a tune, a world where you don't hum. I mean, I'm one of those people who bursts into song constantly. There's a song for every occasion, everything someone says reminds me of lyrics, and I burst into song.
Yeah, and imagine films and TV dramas without music.
No music at all.
Just emotionless.
Yeah. I don't know if it would be emotionless, because
a lot of the emotion is music driven, and it would be interesting.
There's a certain amount of the visible stuff. For example, the last scene of the last episode of Blackadder Goes Forth, the credits go up in silence.
Yes.
The credits go up in silence, and you see the poppy fields, and it is the single most emotional piece of television I think ever made.
Mm-hmm. But again, I think that's because of the contrast to the fact that normally there'd be some music.
Isn't there? Yeah, it's the absence of the music. So without the music, you wouldn't have the absence of the music, so it wouldn't have the same impact. This has got a bit philosophical. I've got very red. It's because I'm really, really warm all of a sudden.
That's what people get me on for, the philosophicals.
Philosophicals. Lex says she did not expect your answer. She didn't expect you to choose eBay.
I was just being practical, really. I kind of need it to earn a little bit of cash here and there. That's what we rely on.
Yeah, we do tend to like food, yeah, and having a roof and stuff.
Yeah.
Daryl wants to know what's the nicest feedback you've ever received, and he hopes it's nothing to do with any headlights.
Oh my word, nicest feedback. I don't know. We do get some lovely ones, and I've shared a few in the past. I can't think of a specific. You know, we've had some lovely ones about things that we've sent for people to give to their kids or to family members, and it's gone down a tree and it got there on time. All the usual stuff, but I can't specifically remember. Shall I open my feedback and see if I can find a good one right now? That'd be fun. But my computer being what it is, it's taking forever to do anything.
But there we go. People can see your face now. Otherwise, you were just a foot of appearing. I love you too. I love you very much. I'm doing a live stream. You could not climb on. All right, we're going to climb on my lap. Okay, there we go. You're a bit big. You're not really a lap dog. You're quite large. Quite large dog. Are you ready to get down? I'm ready for you to get down. I'm just going to sit. Okay. I don't want any kisses. I'm doing a live stream. Should we be professional and not?
Wait, I've just found one, which is just funny. I'm just scrolling through the first couple of pages. The feedback is the most famous eBayers / YouTubers I've ever bought from.
Right, good girl. I'd love to put you down. Would that be okay? Should we go down? Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Hello. Goodbye.
Not a lap dog.
Yeah, but I can't remember specific ones. But we do get some lovely feedback, and it sometimes makes your day. What makes your day even more is when you hear that message tone. You go, "Oh, eBay message," and you go, you go, "Thank you so much. It arrived. I'm so happy. You've made my week," or whatever. And you're like, "Ah!" And instantly, and
it's the relief as well, isn't it? It's that phew.
Yeah, because normally messages like, "Oh, where's my item?" Oh, all that. But yeah. So remember that, people. If you get good experience on eBay, send a little message that says.
Yeah. Lex also wants to know your music book and DVD collections. What order are they in? To give you some context, Karin yesterday suggested she was helping Louise. She's not in, Karin, I don't think. I haven't seen her in. She was helping Louise with how to tidy her bookcase. Louise put up a photo, and I think she was half joking about this bookcase, and she's half joking, said to Karin, "Help, Karin." So Karin was advising Louise on how she would tidy it, and one of her things was to put all of the books in height order. Which made both me and Becca go, "Are you psychopathic? What the hell?" So I think that's why Lex is saying, music book and DVD collections, what order are they in?
The only one of those that I care about is the CDs, and they are alphabetical.
When it comes to within an artist, are they still alphabetical within the artist?
No.
Okay, so just a clump of artist. It's not like not like Bad has to come before Thriller.
No. And if you probably went and looked now, and you've been in our front room, there's a big drop of shelves, and if you actually studied, it's probably quite a mess. But it is supposed to be alphabetical, and I've always been quite fussy about that. DVDs, that's kind of more Andrea's department, and I'm not sure what the order is, if there is one. And I don't have a collection of books. I'm not a big book person. Andrea has hundreds of the things, and I don't know if they're ordered, but I don't think so.
My books are done by author. They're not alphabetical by author, but they are in clumps according to author. Mm-hmm. My CDs are are all in a box in a drawer somewhere. I don't listen to music in the house. I only ever listen to music in the car unless I'm listening to it on the computer. If I listen to it through the computer, through YouTube, and find what I want there, or I listen to it in the car. So I don't actually ever listen to my CDs unless I swap a load out for the car every now and again.
A lot of people don't use physical music anymore. We've recently in this house gone completely the other way and are all buying vinyl again. Nuts.
My DVDs are in clumps according to, they're all comedy anyway, so they don't have to be done according to genre, but they are in clumps. Like if there's a series, then the series has to be on the shelf. I couldn't have number 3 and then number 7. They have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but they don't have to be alphabetical. I definitely couldn't have it all random.
That would bug me too.
Sue says, let's be honest, a lot of things feel better to music. Saucy Sue, saucy.
Life in general feels better with music. You know, soundtracks. Something without a soundtrack, what we were getting at before, is just lacking. Think
Yeah.
of some of the best films of all time. Take the music out, and it'd be like, whoa. Yeah.
Mandy's deliberately mentioned apple bottom girls because she knows it makes me sing. Apple bottom girls, boots with fur. The whole club was looking at her. She hit the flow. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I've done it. I can't not do it.
Good. Oh, and Andrea has super chatted you. Have you seen?
No, I missed that. Where was that?
It's just come up on my screen.
Oh, Andrea, thank you so much. Andrea super chatted $4.99 for having an amazing guest, which is nicer than when I had Andrea on. You didn't do that.
No, I didn't.
Not in your marriage in any way, but you know.
Yeah, well, you know, women are more thoughtful about stuff. That's how it is.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Andrea. Chris has a question. He says, if you could go to any country to source stock, which country would you choose?
To source, it would probably be America, because of the scale of it. Because we've been to stores over there. Last time we were in Florida, we went to a few, and the scale of them was quite awe-inspiring. And I'm not sure what other countries. I know in Australia, because I've got friends down there and I've seen videos there. Thrift stores, or op shops as they call them, are similar. But what I'd love to do in America would be to go. They have little apps for yard sales, and then you drive around with your app and you pull up to yard sales. We've all seen like Lonnie and John's videos, and I would love that. It's like the stuff, the level of stuff. I guess it depends on the neighborhood you're in, but I'd go nuts for that. So yeah, US.
I think what I see, but I'm going to get this sentence out in a minute. Bear with. What occurs to me when I watch videos like that when they go around yard sales is that Americans often have the advantage of large amounts of storage in their home. They quite often have basements or whatever. They have large square footage home in the beginning, so they have lots of storage, which means I think they don't throw stuff away for years and years because they don't need to.
Yeah.
In England, we live in smaller houses and we have to have a clear out quite frequently because you just don't have the space to keep stuff, which means when they do have a yard sale, they're pulling out stuff that belonged to their grandmother that's been in the basement for 30 years because it's never been anybody's way, so they've not needed to clear it out before, you know. And I think that's one of the huge things when you look at those yard sales. You see so much vintage and retro stuff that you just wouldn't see here because people don't hang on to stuff because they haven't got the space to store it.
I think you're right, and they are kind of the ultimate consumer society, and they do. It's a generalization, but they do have a big houses with a lot of space. The average house size over there is way bigger than ours, and they fill them with stuff from just from watching these videos. I mean, we have been there, but yeah, I think it's the ultimate consumer society, even more perhaps than we are.
Yeah.
So yeah, amazing, some of those videos, the stuff that keeps coming out. And then you see the resellers and they'll ask, oh, do you have any video games? Oh yeah, I've got loads. And they go and pull out loads more stuff, and you're like, really? Wow.
Nigel says you're not amazing. He says you're the reason his house is full of Trivial Pursuit games and he jacked his job in.
My work is done.
Okay. I think Andrea's selling you off.
Hang on, what? Selling me off?
Yeah, but sorry, it scrolled off. I'll go and find it. Oh, Lex has very kindly also super chatted $4.99. She says Andrea was better of her. Oh, and Sue was suggesting you should go to Denmark for Lego.
Oh, maybe.
I would like to go to Portland, Oregon. I don't know specifically why, but I presume she's got a reason why Portland, Oregon.
Who, Andrea?
Yeah. Let's hope this isn't a marriage test because you look like you might fail.
I don't know the relevance of Portland, Oregon. I'd like to go wherever Steve and Steph are and go and have some good times with them because they're wonderful people and would love
Maybe
to.
they're in Portland, Oregon.
No, they're California way.
Hmm.
I don't know the reference. Tell me.
Oh yeah, Andrew is actually selling you off to the highest bidder, and so far the bidding's at 1p, I think.
What?
1p. Any increase on 1p for a slightly used reseller? One careful owner. One careful lady owner.
I'm not owned. I am a free man.
No, you're not. You're the other half of Andrea Hills. I think, when somebody referred to her as Mrs. Nick, and I think we need to start referring to you as Mr. Andrea.
It's true.
Joan would like to know your favourite film / TV show. Do you listen to podcasts, and if so, what do you enjoy?
Oh, good question. So, film would be The Shawshank Redemption. Never gets old. TV show is difficult. I can narrow it down to a few. Current Taskmaster is just brilliant. But Mythbusters.
Mm-hmm.
And then can I shoehorn Time Team in there as well, please? We'll go with 3, but there's so many TV shows, so many comedies, Black Book, that sort of stuff. But yeah, we'll go with Mythbusters if I had to say one. What was the other one? What was the other question?
Favorite film, TV show. Do you listen to podcasts, and if so, what do you enjoy?
No.
No podcasts. Okay, there we go. Josh is ready to 2p. Josh will take you for 2p.
Oh, Josh. Well, we know he's a big spender. I'm quite shocked.
That is actually quite a large investment for Josh.
Yeah.
Karen sells clothes. Hi, Karen says, question, how are you getting on with your backlog?
Good, yes. You may have seen, I put a video out where I was selling a load of bulky stuff, and that's cleared really quick.
No, I don't watch your channel.
No, I wouldn't. And yeah, it's very sparse in here. I mean, this little view here, you can see lots of space where there never used to be.
It does look quite sparse. There don't seem to be any cubes. Are we just not in the cube section, or have you sold all of the cubes?
There's a couple there.
The last one, can it?
No. Oh my goodness, no.
I'm going to say that's some achievement if you've sold all of them.
That's where the cubes start. No, we sold about. We started with 1,000. We sold, I don't even know, 200 and some. That's
not bad going though, is it really?
No, well, we bought them to sell at Christmas and probably the Christmas after and probably the Christmas after, and we sold like a 5th of them already. So yeah,
I think that's fantastic.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Andrea says Afterlife. She says you like Afterlife.
Oh my goodness, yes. Do you know Afterlife?
I do know it. I've not watched it. Funny enough, it came up in my live Sunday morning, and I said I've not watched it because I don't really like Vicky Gervais, and everybody's saying I should get over that and watch it. So yesterday I watched the film Ghost Town, which is Ricky Gervais, to try and ease myself out of not liking him.
Ghost Town's okay. Not a patch on Afterlife. Yeah, I try it. Watch the first one of the first. Do you have Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah. It's worth a watch, and I could understand if someone can't get into it, but we were crying our eyes out the other night.
Oh well, that's an excellent recommendation. Thanks.
In a good way. If I told you the premise, you'd go, "I'm not watching that."
No, I do know the premise of it. Yeah, because it came up in this conversation on Sunday about it. So, Frank she's been watching Time Team on YouTube and totally loves it.
Yeah, I found see that's dangerous, and I did find one on YouTube because I find I can't have that on in the background because I want to watch what they found and I want to. It draws you in, so yeah.
Intelligent Zombie says, Nick, have you got a most embarrassing moment story? We were doing this last week with Sam, and they were hilarious to the point where I was in pain from laughing so much.
Yeah. I've got a terrible memory. I'm sure there's so many embarrassing moments. Oh, you should have primed me for this, and I would have come up with some.
Andrea will probably type something in the chat in a minute.
Yeah, remind me.
And funnily enough, Dal was going to ask you what I was going to ask. If you had to give up eBay and could pick your ideal job, what would it be? So you're qualified for whatever it is.
What's that? I do have to be qualified.
We're going to assume that you are. For the purpose of the question, we're going to assume that you are qualified for whatever it is that you'd like to be.
Actually, if I could earn a living doing YouTube, I would. If that was an option, I thoroughly enjoy the creative process of this. I enjoy the social aspect of this. I enjoy the fact that you don't have any product with YouTube. It's so far removed from what we do on our day-to-day. It's clean, it's digital. You make a video which doesn't really exist anywhere. It's, there's no stock, it's clean. I love the aspect of the creating a thing that exists in cyberspace and it's out there in the world. And if I could do that for a living, I don't know what I'd do to get a channel that would be that big, but yeah, for sure. That I was just thinking of a situation that was funny that I was in. Was we want a family once a year, our extended family all go camping together. This year we went to a house. We made a video for mum and dad's what was it, 50th wedding, and it's usually like that, big group of us, and we normally go camping. So one year we're down in, I think we were in Weymouth, and we all went out for a meal. So we found this restaurant, put a load of tables together. There must have been 15, 20 of us, and got set down. Everyone's looking at the menus. I went off to the toilet. Wasn't in there any more than 2 or 3 minutes. Came back out, went back to quite a big restaurant, to the part of the restaurant where all these people were, all my family, and there's nobody there. And I'm like, okay. I had a weird existential moment of like, I'm in an alternate reality. They were all here. They were literally all here. And I wandered around this great big restaurant going, I'm really worried I've lost my mind. And then I can't remember, one of the nephews and nieces comes running back in and goes, "We're down the road." I'm like, so you all left, decided you didn't like the restaurant, didn't tell me, and they all bucketed off down the road.
Your wife and your daughter.
Yeah, all just left. Nobody thought about me in the toilet, and I come out thinking I've lost my marbles. I'm going around going, was there a family here?
Did I come in with people? Did you see me arrive?
But yeah, that wasn't so much embarrassing, but just mind messing. That was just weird. Like, yeah, that was fun.
People are reminding you of the dog poo through the house.
Oh, good Lord. That wasn't embarrassing. That was just,
day from hell. Just how can this day cannot get worse?
I can't remember what else had gone on that day, but yeah, went out to the bins. I won't say the word, some lovely person had let their dog crap, big runny crap. So of course I come in here, and I didn't just step in the office and go back out again. I went right to the back for something, and then right the way out, before realizing I left about 20 or 30 pooey footprints. Oh yeah.
And then that was the same day that you threw the tea across the landing, wasn't it?
Was it? Yeah.
It was the same day that were you coming down out the loft or something and caught your foot on your tea or something like that?
I think I was coming out of the spare room and just tripped on something on the landing.
And just flung a mug of tea
up the wall with lovely blue walls with a big brown splat. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Joan says your toilet was blocked as well.
Yeah. I think I just finished unblocking the toilet. Yeah, it's all coming back now. Yeah, that was it was so bad.
I think you'd managed to blank it out.
It was so bad. I had to go live on YouTube to share, because it's like I can't let this moment in history go, because it was so painful. It will make people laugh, and it did.
Lex wants to know, Nick, did you ever find the car parts that I swapped around on your shelves last year?
I probably shipped them to the wrong people by now.
Yeah, probably had items. Yeah, not as described cases on them. That was a fun night. Just for anyone who doesn't know, the last time there was a hitching meetup, some of us went to Nick and Andrea's the night before, and at one point we literally just went into his office and robbed shit. Just robbed anything we could find lying around. Just helped us out. I would have had his Mac if I could have got it in my handbag.
Yeah, after that live stream, it was funny that our little front porch bit was just stacked high with stuff. It's like,
back.
It was like a TV, and
to leave with it, but we didn't put anything away.
Oh dear.
I had your light, didn't I? Your little LED light set up.
Oh yes, you did indeed.
In the front room, and he actually said to me, "Is that mine?" I was like, "No," and he was like, "It is mine." And Josh was like, "No, she brings it with her everywhere." And you can see Nick having that moment when he goes, "It is mine, isn't it?" No, it's mine.
Yeah, I doubt myself so often. Yeah, yeah, that was a good night. That whole weekend was just bonkers.
Yeah, because we should have had the Bristol meetup Saturday just gone, shouldn't we? So
yeah. I don't think we've managed to get our money back from the hotel, because we stupidly didn't book into that. Is a Premier?
You went into the Horseshoe just down the road, didn't you?
Yeah, we went for some other one.
Yeah,
and they're being funny about it.
Breakfast place.
So,
I mean, maybe they'll honour your booking if you.
well, hopefully, yeah. If they can just reschedule, even if
Yeah.
it's for the meetup, we'll come down for the weekend and
Yeah.
see you guys or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Bad Wolf is saying Carla travels nowhere without her own spotlight. Absolutely, it's all about me. Oh yeah, and Intelligence Zombie says Sue remembering Sue and Josh doing the Lego rock and roll. They were standing there for hours sorting out your Lego.
Yeah, and when I came to list it all, the figures were all sorted and.
You need a pet Josh and a pet Auntie Sue to do all your grunt work for you.
Oh, it'd be great. Yeah.
Okay, I've got a couple more questions. We got so carried away. We've only got 5 minutes left.
Man.
One of my favourite ones is you can be another reseller for the day.
Oh yeah.
This includes interacting with their family in every way. Every way. Who do you choose? But need to remember, while you are being them, they are being you. Now, so when I asked Steve this, he decided he would be. I think he was going to be Cora, so that he could spend the day with Helen. But he hadn't considered that then Cora would be spending the day with Shell.
Oh my word! So hang on. I've got to swap myself with somebody else.
Yeah, you can be another reseller for the day, and you can. This includes interacting with their family in every way. But while they're being you, while you're being them, they're being you.
But it's a bit weird and creepy if I swap with a bloke, and then the insinuation is that
Sam was going to swap with Lex so that she could spend the day with Lex's mum, which I thought was quite nice.
See, Lex's mum, yeah, she's lovely. That'd work.
Lex is a legend.
So I might do this, right? So I can spend the day with Tom. Oh no, I've got to swap with another reseller, and Tom's wife is a reseller.
No.
Oh, okay. Reseller couples. All right then. I'll hold on. Does that work? Yeah. Right. I'll swap because they're a reseller couple. Chris and Belle.
Okay.
I reckon Chris and I would have a cracking time together. So
who are you swapping
with? Belle.
You're swapping with Belle, so you're going to spend the day with Chris.
Yes.
And interact with him in every way.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll talk about games and stuff. What are you insinuating there? And because we met them for the day when we went up to eBay HQ, and we seemed to get on. So I think that would work. There you go. Have I swerved that one well enough?
I think you've swerved that one quite nicely. Well done. Yeah.
Thank you.
I half expect you to say Beck and spend the day with Zahir.
Yeah, well, I did think about that. We've done that a couple of times, see? I thought I'd go and get to know Chris a bit better.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because we have a crazy amount in common as well, because we used to be ex-coppers. So we've got that, similar age, similar situations now. They're now trying to start up a shop. We've been there and done that. There's so much to talk about.
I didn't realise they were trying to start up a shop. What was the second, like your second-hand one was?
No, well, it's actually more of a cafe restaurant thing, but it's going to be all movie themed and incorporate elements of reselling. I think. I don't know if it's changed a bit, but they've moved down to the West Country.
Right.
I should know, but I can't remember where they are. But down past your way, yeah.
Okay, your fairy tap mother visits you and offers you 3 highly sought-after reselling items, but for each one you accept, you have to hand over 100 items of your current stock, and you don't get to choose. Would you do it?
See, that totally depends what the items are.
I don't think you get to know. I think you just get to know that they're 3 highly sought-after reselling items.
See, but I mean, a highly sought-after reselling item could be Flat Eric, and that's only worth 40 quid. No, I wouldn't do it.
No?
I wouldn't take that risk. It could be some crap that people think is highly sought after, but it's worth nothing.
Business brain people. Whereas me and Sam last week were like, fuck it, they can have the lot, I don't like any of it.
Yeah.
Business brain.
I do have a lot of crap that I would get rid of if I could choose, but I do have a lot of fairly good stuff that I wouldn't want. Yeah, I don't think I'd take the risk. I'm too much of a control freak to hand that over. Yeah, do what you like with all my stuff. No, that's not happening.
Okay. Your fairy tale. Oh no, I've just done that one, haven't I? Oh, you could make a carbon. You have the opportunity to make a carbon copy of yourself as an employee. They're going to be exactly like you in every way. Would you do it? Would you employ you? Is the essential question, isn't it?
Hell no.
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 What are your failings then that you would not like in your employee?
Procrastination. Procrastination.
And I'll tell you the rest later.
Lack of productivity. I will ask Andrea. I'm not easy to live with. I work in fits and starts, and as an employee, I've had employees, and I've had an employee who was worse than me, and I could have killed the guy. It was painful. It was like, I'll do it myself. Get on with it. And I could imagine. The thing is, here's the thing though. When I was employed in gainful employment, I was always a hard worker. I always, working for myself, I am way less productive than I ever was working for others. It's weird. I'm very conscientious in that way. If I'm being paid to work, I'm generally the hardest working person there. So actually, yeah, I might. Because me in an employed situation is a very different animal.
Mm. Do you and Andrea motivate each other to do more work or less work? Do you feel, I mean, is that even a thing? Like, for example, when Tammy and I can't go on a diet together because we will literally just bring each other off a diet, we'll go, no, should we go for cake? Yes. So if you were going to buckle down tomorrow and say, right, today I'm going to list 50 items, is Andrea the type who would put her head around the door and say, shall we do X instead? And you'd go yes, and vice versa?
We wind each other up if we talk about work. If I talk about, shall we try and get such and such amount of things on this week each or whatever, it'll end up in an argument. Andrea does her thing in her way and I do my thing. It's very separate, and we've learned that it has to be that way or we fall out. So no, we don't motivate each other to do more. We wind each other up. That's about as far as it goes.
And do you think you derail each other to do less? Are you likely, if you decided you want to go for a walk and Andrea was actually well stuck into work, would she go, yeah, sod it, I'll come for a walk with you? Or would she go, no, I'm working, bugger off, Nick?
Yeah, generally, I think we probably do stop each other being productive, if anything. I don't think we help each other be productive. That's sure. But I've said many times, and for many years since we came out of retail, we are trying to do what we need to. And I have to rein myself in. Out of the two of us, I'm still the workaholic. And I have to remember we don't have to bust a gut anymore, because we put ourselves in this financial position we're in for a reason, and we worked so hard for all those years to get here. So stop, worrying about it, Nick. You're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I have daily. I have to go, oh yeah, it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, okay. But I am kind of target driven and still motivated to be better and more and all that. But I don't need to be, and it stresses me out, so I shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a constant thing. Andrea's much better at being chilled about that sort of stuff, I think.
Because, I mean, for those who don't know, and I hope you don't mind me saying, you guys are mortgage free. You've paid your mortgage off. You're mortgage free. And also, I think you have minimal outgoings away from stock, don't you? I wouldn't say that you're minimal. I wouldn't say that when you buy stock, you're minimal about it at all.
No,
I think you've said, Andrea said before, you're both very frugal. You're not out spending money all the time. And
yeah, and that's our personality more than anything. That's just how we are. We like to live a kind of low impact life, as it was, and and we are mortgage free through a very, very structured, long effort aiming to get there. It was a long thought out plan.
It wasn't luck. This didn't happen through luck, people.
No, but yes, we are, and we planned it this way, and we knew it would reap so many benefits, and it has done. So yeah.
Okay, one last question from Karen. Karen wants to know, if somebody offered you 50% of the total stock price on your shop, would you sell it all? Now, I'm assuming when she says stock price, I'm assuming she means the the list price that you've currently got, you know, not what you paid for it, not would you take a 50% loss on your shop. I'm presuming she means the list price.
If someone offered me half of the listed price of all my stock, would you sell it all? 100% yes, in a flash, for sure.
I'll give you a lot for £1,000. If you turn out tomorrow with £1,000, you can take it all. I hate it all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in our case particularly, we've got many, I don't know how many thousands of car parts still listed, and some of that is so long tail, and we have been in profit on that for about 1.5 years. Yeah, give me half the money, but give me a quarter of the money that's on those are listed at, and you could take the lot.
So will you leave that stock oh, there's another ka-ching. Will you leave it to drift, or will you at some point bundle it and sell it all off as a job lot to somebody else?
That has always been the intention, but because I've been procrastinating like a crazy fool, I've still got half a loft full of it. The idea was always to get it all listed within like 6 months or a year or something. And 2 years ago we bought it, and then give it a good amount of time to find out what sells well and reduce it and run sales and all of that, and then do a job lot or put it all in auction somewhere or whatever. And that is still the plan, but haven't even listed it all yet.
Yeah.
To give it
every now and again I go, right, I should do a job lot, but the amount of work involved in pulling the individual items off to job lot is, I don't think I'm bothered. That sale was Laurel Dudbridge, by the way. I don't know if she's in the chat tonight, but I recognise the name. I know that she's a subscriber. She's actually sent a message as well saying I'm a subscriber from YouTube Light videos. So thank you, Laurel, for buying that. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know if I've noticed her name going up the side chat. But then she may have taken her surname off. She might just be Laurel D. I'm sure there was a Laurel earlier on. It's very difficult to know whether the one person you're looking at is the same person you think you're looking at, isn't it? You know, whether they've just got a similar name. But thank you, Laurel, if you are there. Much appreciated. Oh, there she is. There you go. She says you're welcome. Thank you very much, Laurel. Oh, I keep saying one last question. We've got to go because otherwise we'll be in the middle of Peter Ray's birthday party. Aid says, question, what would you change in what you sell now if you could clear everything out and start again? Do you think you'd go back out and buy the same sort of stuff? Or?
Ooh, okay.
Oh, and Andrea says your dinner's ready, so answer quick.
Oh, what would I change? Oh, blimey. I don't think I'd change much. I think I'm very opportunistic. I change up what I buy and sell regularly anyway. I experiment with stuff. I go nuts on certain things for short periods of time. It's constantly evolving anyway. So there are lots of things I've bought and sold in the past I don't touch now, for sure.
I would stop buying plush, for example. I'm trying to sell this through, and then I don't care if I never see another plush item again. And the same with the bloody mugs. Sick of the sight of that.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. So no, I'd probably carry on buying what I can when it's available, and doing the best with that, really.
One thing I've noticed is that even after you tell yourself I'm not going to buy that anymore, it's very difficult not to buy it if you know you've sold it in the past. So even though I tell myself I'm not buying any more mugs, I still go, but it's only 50p and I've sold one before. But you're not buying mugs anymore. Yeah, but it's only 50p.
Yeah, Andrea and I have told ourselves we're not buying full stop, or we're not buying X and Y, and then we come back from a boot sale and it's like, okay, half of this stuff is the stuff we're not buying now. Yeah, it's difficult to leave money on the table, isn't it? To go, oh, it's only a £5, or it's only a tenner, but it's 50p. So why would I ever leave that there?
If I handed you a 50p, if I said to you, give me 50p and I'll give you this £5. That's a no-brainer, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think sometimes we all fall into that trap of not remembering how much of a pain certain things are to list, to package.
Not because there isn't any money in them, because I hate packaging the damn things. Absolutely loathe it.
Yeah.
One thing to end on, you don't have to answer this. Question, guess who, Lex? Question, have you seen that George Ross guy? You could take some inspiration for your videos from him.
Never heard of him.
No, you'll have to look him up. Right, we must say goodbye. Your dinner's ready. I can smell my dinner burning because I got Anthony's put the oven on 20 minutes ago. So thank you so much, Nick, for joining me. Ladies and gentlemen, the god of reselling.
Stop it now.
I just approached you off.
Just make me cringe one more time, thank you.
His Royal Highness Nicholas of everybody.
Do you want me to swear all over your channel?
Yeah,
you probably do.
Has anybody ever heard you swear on YouTube?
I try not to. I'm sure over the weekend when we did the fundraiser and I'd had lots of beer for most of that weekend, I probably did, but I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure I heard you calling Andrea fucking me. Right, Nick, thank you so much. We'll say goodbye to the chat and then I'll say goodbye to Nick privately after. Thank you so much to the chat for joining me. Thank you for all the wonderful questions. If by any bizarre coincidence you're not subscribed to Nick's channel, I will put the link in later on. But I'm fairly sure you wouldn't be here if you weren't already subscribed to Nick. Oh yeah, Akash says Sir Boxy McBox face.
Yes, I'll take it. I'll take that.
Sue says, thanks, Carla and Nick. Bye bye, don't die, which is Cheryl's latest catchphrase. Bye bye, don't die.
I like it.
Take care, everybody. Lovely to see you all in the chat. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to go over to Peter Ray's birthday party, pre-birthday party in about 20 odd minutes if I ever get gone. Where's the button? Awkward wave. Bye, everybody. Bye. Still awkward.